Why do you want to think about not going quite as wide and going deep on leads that you have already within your pipeline? I'm Ben Strzok, and I'm here with Rose Wood, who time and time again has a proven process within our company. She may not even realize it, but she goes deep on the 10 people that she has and doesn't cast that web super wide, and she outperforms every single person who tries to go really, really wide. So Rose, what I see from you is that you're not out there working every single open house. You're not asking me and begging me for every single lead that comes into the office. Yet somehow you're making enough of a connection with these clients, and they're pointing and they're doing something that's triggering you to recognize their buying signals. What kind of buying signals are you recognizing from buyers that make you go deep with that person versus keep looking for that cream on top?
So there's a lot of things that I will discover when I'm talking to someone for the first time, and especially if I meet with them and show them property. It's a really important time to get to know someone and find out what's important, what their time frames are, what their financial situation is, and their sense of motivation and urgency for what they're trying to find. So in that process, that's when I have great conversations with them and find out what they like. And then after that, given the questions that they ask me, I can tell they're searching avidly, or they're still trying to learn the area, they have some time, there's things that they're trying to resolve in their lives before they're ready to purchase. But if the perfect thing came along, they would jump on it. The list goes on and on and on, but I can prioritize within my sense of self who needs my attention right now versus who needs me to keep in touch with them, let them know I'm still here, ask a question, answer a question once in a while, and who just really needs to stay informed over time and be in my database, and I'm checking with them every so often.
So when you're doing that check-in, that was my question for you. Because obviously that first impression and that first communication you're having is giving you the indication as to where they might be in that buying cycle, whether they're in just the exploratory phase or whether they're actually ready to make that purchase happen. What follow-up are you doing after that first direct meeting in person that is giving you further information as to where they might be in that buying cycle?
So I'm checking in with them to find out if they have any questions about what we saw, if they want to see any disclosures. Right now, offer review dates are coming up fairly quickly, so I'll tell them, hey, just so you know, the offer review date's been set, it's for next Wednesday. What's your interest level at this point? Maybe they're working with a lender, I might check in with the lender and see how that's going. So there's many facets to it, and then I keep sending them properties, whether it's a off-market property that we might know about in our office, or coming soon I might see on the MLS. I'm giving them.
I'm going to stop you right there. So when you say you're sending them properties, this isn't the MLS just shooting them off a new listing. This is you having a personal touch there and saying something specific about that probably correlates back to what you had communication with previously, and then you're looking for that answer to key you in as to where they may be at that time period.
Yeah, I'll always set everyone up with an automatic search with their parameters. I'll hand draw a map of exactly where they're really looking to eliminate some of the things that they don't want. But if they're actively looking, and I know they're going to go out this weekend and look at open houses, I'll say, hey, do you want a list of open houses? I'll generate a custom list for them to do that. That helps as well, because they might just still be exploring and learning the neighborhoods too. So.
Yeah, I noticed this woman never misses a broker's tour. And the tour, oftentimes I joke and say, hey, this is the free muffin tour. And the agents that don't know the market go out, they try and get a free muffin, and they learn the inventory. But you have a specific purpose when you go out on tour. What is your purpose of going out on tour when you do it? What are your check marks that you need to do each time you go on tour?
So sometimes from the photos, it's really hard to tell how big of an ocean view do they really have. I know my client wants a huge ocean view. I need to make sure it's there before I send my client to go to the open house or something like that. So I'll go and check it out. I'll take photos. Sometimes I'll take photos of things that aren't seen in the MLS photos if I think there's something that's like a deal breaker for a client. If I can, I'll do FaceTime and video with them if I think it's a contender, something that they really like. And then also, even if it's not a property my client would like, I'm staying in touch with the current pricing structure. So if I've been in a home, I have a sense of really how I felt it was leveling up to the rest of the market. And then once it sells, I go, okay, that home was like this caliber of a home and it sold for that. So now I'm comparing it to this home, similar caliber. Okay, that's what it sold for a month ago. We're in the same ballpark, and right now the prices are going up. So that means this next home that I'm doing comps on is probably going to go for a little bit higher. So it's just a constant learning process about what exactly is happening in the market.
And then you're bringing that information back to the client, I'm assuming. And you said something really key to me, which was when you're out there and you're looking for properties for clients, you're pointing out things that they're not seeing on the MLS. Because I know as a longtime listing agent, I want to do everything beautiful. I'm not going to put the neighbor's ugly house in there and there's 7 vans in my aerial shot. I mean, that's not going to happen. But you're out there, you're giving them the real and raw information, and that's really what's going to build the trust with the client and yourself. Because if you walk into every single house, agents, and everything you say is, look at this amazing floor plan, look at this amazing front door, look at this amazing popcorn ceiling with asbestos in it, the consumer is going to laugh at you and think you're a joke, and they're going to move on as fast as they came in. And so what you just said right there is something every agent needs to do that's out there in the field, is they have to build trust with the consumer by telling them not only the things that are amazing about that property, but things that really are going to affect value long term. And if that house is less desirable now because it has a neighbor with 7 vans in the front yard and asbestos ceilings and freeway noise, that when they go to resell it, it's going to have those same problems. And markets may change and things may happen. So, everyone that's out there that is an agent, that right there is what separates Rose from being just a traditional agent. So there's going to be more information on this series. Thank you for sharing.